Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss a new topic called fast Fourier transform. Now before we discuss fast Fourier transform, we know that discrete Fourier transform, we have already discussed discrete Fourier transform. Now this is the formula of DFT, okay, and as we know it is given from n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e to the power minus j 2 pi by n n. Now here small n is basically called time index and small k is basically called frequency index. Now you already discussed in our previous video that if we calculate DFT directly, that computational complexity will increase. Now as we know that for a direct computation for a single stage, n complex multiplication we have to do for a one value of k and n minus complex addition. So if there are n values of k, so we have to perform n square complex multiplication to calculate DFT and n into n minus 1 complex addition to perform direct DFT. Now if we say that the real number of multiplication will be 4n square in case of direct DFT and n into 4n minus 2 real additions. These all things we have already discussed in our previous video. Now today we are going to discuss fast Fourier transform, which is not a new transform, it is just a new algorithm where we can perform DFT in a faster manner, means we can perform DFT quickly. So that is why this name is called fast. Okay, so here we will use the properties of Tweedle factor. We know that what are the properties of the Tweedle factor, that it is a periodic in nature and symmetric also. So first we will analyze these two property of Tweedle factor. Okay, so what is the Tweedle factor? This e to the power this e to the power minus j 2 pi by capital N is basically called Tweedle factor, which is nothing but we termed as W of n. Okay, so this is Tweedle factor. Now what are the properties of the Tweedle factor? This we know that it is symmetric in nature and as well as periodic. First we will discuss what is symmetricity. Now Wn to the power k plus n by 2 we can write down in this manner. So it is nothing but we have, so what is that? This n will cancel out, 2 will cancel out, e to the power minus j pi, e to the power minus j pi is nothing but minus 1. So Wn to the power k plus n by 2 can be written as minus of W of nk. This is basically called symmetricity. Okay, now what is periodicity? We already discussed that the properties of Tweedle factor, where we said that Tweedle factor is periodic in nature also. So this is the proof of that. If we can write down by applying the periodicity property that W n by 2 to the power k plus n by 2 can be written as W n by 2 to the power k. So this is nothing but we rearrange these equations and we can get this. Okay, these are quite simple. So these are the two properties which helps actually to calculate DFT in a faster manner. So in FFT we utilize those properties. Now how we will going to utilize, I will explain step by step. Okay, now suppose, so in FFT we have basically two algorithms. One is called decimation in time FFT, and another is called decimation in frequency. First we will discuss what is decimation in time algorithm. So what is decimation in time? Suppose we have a x of n given to you. If suppose x of n is a finite length sequence of length 8. Okay, so so the total number of samples are 8, 0 to 7. Now if I want to decimate those sequences in time, in DIT algorithm, that means in decimation in time algorithm, will decimate in two part. One part contains the even indexed sequence and another part will contain odd indexed sequence. So even indexed means x of 0, x of 0, x of 2, x of 4 and x of 6, and even odd indexed means x of 1, x of 3, x of 5 and x of 7. So we will decimate a 8 length sequence into two part, 4 and 4. First part will contain the even indexed and second part will contain odd indexed sequence. So that is why this is called decimation in time FFT. So so this is the equation. So this is the basic equation of a DFT. Okay, now the first part is basically for even indexed, for n even, and the second part will odd part. Okay, so we'll decimate this x of n. And now okay, now if I, for even part, if we can substitute n by 2n because it is even, and for odd part we can substitute by 2n plus 1. Okay, so if we substitute this n by 2n, so what will happen? So see, the limit changes from n by 2 minus 1, because we are reducing the sequence. So n equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1, x of 2n means n will be replaced by 2n for even index, and this whole term is basically wn, so this is wn, and this n is also replaced by this 2n. So for even index sequence, this is the first part. Then again, as I said, we will decimate the sequence. The limit will change n minus 1 to n by 2 minus 1, so upper limit will change. Then again this n will be replaced by 2n plus 1, and also this n will be replaced by 2n plus 1. So this is the even part, even indexed part. This is odd indexed part. Now this can be written as wn by 2nk. You already know why I can write that. In the previous slide I already showed you. Okay, and this is can be also been written as this. And now if I expand this expression, there will be a part wn to the power k, which will be outside of the summation, because this summation is actually for n. So we can write down this part out of the summation. So finally we can write down that xk is equal to x even of k. This total I will wrote as x even of k, and this we wrote as x odd of k, and this is wn. So this is the first I gave equation number 1. Now so this is the two things we have used here, that how this wn to the power twice nk is written as this, and how this is written as this. So with this help of these two equations, we can very easily construct the equation number 1. Okay, now so here x capital X e of k and x odd of k are basically n by 2 point DFT of each subsequences. Okay, so these are n by 2 point DFT, because see, the length is reduced to n by 2. Now if I move to the next slide. Okay, now we know the periodicity property. So what we did in the previous case, we decimate the sequence in time domain. Okay, so that is what is called decimation in time. So with decimating the sequence in time domain, we are taking odd indexed and even indexed. Now what about this frequency index k? So we know that with the periodicity property, if we apply the periodicity property of DFT, that x even of k plus n by 2 is equal to x even of k. Since this is a periodic, what is the periodicity? N by 2 is the periodicity. Yes, this is the periodicity of this. Okay, so for k equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1. Now see, when we started the decimation in time, what is the value of n? N is actually from 0 to n minus 1 and k is also from 0 to n minus 1. Now we decimate n into two half, 0 to n by 2 minus 1 and another half 0 to n by 2 minus 1. Similarly, k is also decimated into two parts. One is 0 to n by 2 minus 1, another is another part will be n by 2 minus 1 to capital N. Okay. So for first part we can write down this, that x even of k is this and x odd of k is equal to x odd of k. This is just a application of the periodicity property, and we also know the symmetricity property. Now if we replace that k of equation number 1 by k plus n by 2, if I do that, if we do that, what we are doing basically in equation number 1 we are considering that k from 0 to n by 2 minus 1. In here if we replace k by k plus n by 2, that means we are considering next k samples, means n by 2 to n by 2 minus 1 to n. So if I do that, so we replace k by k plus n by 2, so that will be nothing but in the equation number 1, if we replace k by k n by 2, we get this equation okay. Now if I apply periodicity property, okay, that will be k here, okay. So there is a mistake. So x even of k, just we apply this periodicity property, and this is written as x odd of k, and this will given by minus of w even k. Okay. So in equation 2 we applied periodicity property here, we applied symmetricity property here, and we landed to a new equation or 3. So if you observe equation number 1 and equation number 3, let's go back to the previous slide. This is equation number 1. So where x of k is equal to x even of k plus wn k x of 0 k. Okay. Now here the value of k is basically 0 to n by 2 minus 1. Now in this case, see, if in this case we are keeping the value of k 0 to n by 2 minus 1, but if I put k equal to 0, it starts from n by 2. Okay, it is very interesting. Now if I consider n equal to 8, if I consider suppose capital N is equal to 8, okay. Now what is the value of this? This is 4. Okay, so this value is 4. Now if I put k equal to 0 here, so what will be the result? This is x of 4. Clear? Now if I put k equal to 1 here, what will be the result? It is x of 5, because n by 2 is equal to already 4. So whenever we are considering this 0 to n by 2 minus 1, here we are taking k value starting from 4 to 7. Now if in the previous equation here, if in this previous equation if I put k equal to 0 to n by 2 minus, k range is 0 to n by 2 minus 1, so what will happen here? For n equal to 8, here if we write down when n equal to 8, the value of k will be 0 to 4. So 0 to 4, why? Because we know the k from 0 to n by 2 minus 1. Okay. So if I put k equal to 0, it gives for the value for x of 0. Okay. If I put k equal to 1, it gives the value of x of 1, x of 2, x of 3 maximum. So in equation number 1 we are getting the value for the k 0 to 3, and from equation number 3 we are getting the value of x from 4 to 7. So this is very interesting. In time domain we are decimating the frequency, we are decimating the samples in even or index and odd index, but in frequency we are taking first half of samples, means 0 to 3, then 4 to 7. Okay, so from equation number 1 and 3 are basically the heart of this derivation. Okay, so we can write down that x of k is equal to this for k equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1. So in this case we are taking first half samples, okay, and x k plus n by 2 is equal to this. So we are taking k value from 0 to 3 here, and here it is from 4 to 7, if we assume that capital N equal to 8. Clear? So here we consider, if we consider n equal to 8, then obviously the small n value will be 0, 1, 2 and 3. And then okay, so if we do that, so put the value, so x, so how this sequence will be decimated. These are the even indexed, x of 0, x of 2, x of 4, x of 6. X of 0 is termed as x even of 0, and x of 2 is x even of 1. So we are creating a new sample that is called x even. This E stands for even, okay, from 0 to 3, and actually it is x even of 0 is x of 0, x even of 1 is x of 2, x of 4, x of, so these are even index sequence, and these are odd index sequence. So in time domain we have decimated the sequence in even indexed and odd indexed. Okay, by these two equation, I think this is very clear to you. Now if I put the value, n equal to 0 and k equal to 0 to 3 in equation number 1 and 3, if we put the value of k in equation number 1 and 3, we will get this equation. This equation actually comes from equation number 1. Okay, if we put the value k equal to 0 in equation number 1, this equation will derive. If we put k equal to 1, this equation will get this equation for k equal to 2, for k equal to 3. So all those 4 equations are actually basically derived from equation number 1. Okay, and similarly if we put the value of k here, if we put the value of k in equation number 3, we will get these equations. Okay, so these are basically result of equation number 3, these are basically result of equation number 1. Okay, so in these equations it is very clear that for equation number 1 we are considering k from 0 to 3, and for equation number 3 we are considering k from 4, 5, 6, 7. So in frequency index, the frequency index is basically divided in two parts, not in even and odd. Okay, even and odd decimation is performed for n, that is in time index, but in frequency index it is just decimated into two parts. So that is the difference. Okay, so these are these equations are actually derived from equation number 1 and 3 after putting the value of k. Now here the above equation can be presented by butterfly diagram. What is butterfly diagram? Please see this animated figure. So if I take two inputs, suppose two inputs means my input is x even of 0, another input is x odd of 0. This x even of 0 is a value, x odd of 0 is a value. Now how the equation, see this equation, okay, the first one, x or x of 0. X of 0 is nothing but x even of 0 plus multiplied by w it of 0 to x odd of 0. Okay, so this graphical representation is basically the formation of equation. This is the first equation. Now, so how we do this? x even of 0 will directly come here. Okay, so x even of 0 will directly come here, this. Then when x odd of 0 will go up, when it will go up, it will be multiplied by w8 of 0 and it will be added. So this is the this equation. Okay, now now see, x even of 0 will come here, then x odd of 0 will be multiplied by w8 0 and subtracted here. So here it is added, but it is subtracted here. So this equation is which equation? This equation is actually this equation. Okay, so by this graphical presentation, which is basically called butterfly diagram, we can produce x of 0 and x of 4 simultaneously. So this is addition here, this is a subtraction here. This is nothing, it is called basically a DIT FFT butterfly diagram. Okay, so this is a basic 2-point butterfly equation. Now by the same manner we can calculate x of 1, x of 5 along with, we can calculate x of 2 along with x of 6. Okay, so this is the basically called the output, the last stage equation of a n-point butterfly, n-point FFT. Okay, now why you call last stage? It will be clear to you after a certain time. So this is the basic butterfly. Now if you observe these equations, this is very interesting results gives. Now see, to produce x of 0 we have to perform one addition and one multiplication. This is the multiplication, this is a complex multiplication. Okay, now to produce x of 4 we have to do one subtraction and one complex multiplication. Now this multiplication is already done here. See, these are basically the same. Okay, so to produce x of 0 and x of 4 we are doing actually one complex multiplication, not two, because if we produce x of 0, we have already done it, we can use the result here, we can use the result here. So if we look into all these equations, that this is a complex multiplication, this is a complex multiplication, this is also complex multiplication. So here total 8 complex multiplication, actually not 8, it is nothing but 8 by 2. So that means we have total 4 complex multiplication to get these results. So total number of complex multiplication is actually reduced by half. Okay, so this is the effectiveness of using those properties of Tweedle factor. By this process actually we can reduce the computations in FFT. This is a simple example. At the last stage we can reduce the number of complex multiplication by n by 2. Here I am writing 8 because we assume that n equal to 8. Okay, in general in each stage we can reduce n by 2 complex multiplication. Okay, so we can calculate the number of stages by log n. So log n will be the number of stages. In each stage has a n by 2. So total complex multiplication in case of 50, n by 2 log n. So this will be the formula to calculate the total number of complex multiplications for DIT FFT or DIF FFT, anything. Clear? So this is the basic butterfly diagram. Now we move on. So this is the formation of basic butterfly DIT FFT. Okay, now in the first stage of decimation we obtain the sequences of length n by 2. That means for 8-point DFT the length of each sequence is 4. We have to continue this process till we get the 2-point sequence. So we can further decimate x even of n. So now what we will do? So now we have even indexed, odd indexed. Okay, so now we have this even indexed and odd indexed. Now this even index sequence, this x even of 0, x even of 1, x even of 2, x even of 3 can again be decimated. That means this is a new sequence of length 4. So now again we decimate this new 4 length sequence to even and odd. So what will be the even part? Even index. This is the even index. This is the even index, and this will be the odd. This will be the odd. Getting my point? So this even index sequence can again be divided into even and odd. Similarly, this odd index sequence can again decimate. We can again decimate into even part, even index and odd index. How? We can write down this equation as x odd of even of 0. So this is the even part, odd of even, and this is also the even indexed. So this is called x odd of even of 1. So we have a new sequence. This is odd of even. Now this is what? This is called odd of odd. This is called odd of odd. Clear? Similarly here, this is what? This is called x even of even. This is x even of 0. This is called x even odd of 0. Clear? This is called x even of 1. So basically each even indexed sequence can be decimated into even and odd. Each odd indexed sequence can be decimated into even and odd. So this will continue unless we land it into 2-point sequence. Okay. So if we start with 8 length sequence, it will be 4 4. Then again 4 4 will be decimated into 2 and 2, and another 4 will be 2 and 2, like this. So we'll stop there. Now if we started with 16, so 16 will be decimated to 8 and 8. Each 8 will be decimated to 4 4, and each 4 will be again decimated to 2 2. So there will be 4 stage. Now if we go for 8 point, there will be 3 stage. Okay, I'll explain. Okay, so as I said, in this we can again, this even index sequence can be written as, this is the general formulas. It's very simple formula. So even part will be again decimated to even part and odd part. This is even and this is odd. Now the value of n will be n 0 to n by 4 minus 1. This is very obvious. So these are simple calculations. Please go through, and we landed to equation number 4. Okay. Then again, if we apply periodicity property, we will landed to equation number 6. So equation number 5 and 6. Okay. Equation number 5 and 6 will be the next stage equations. In these equations, if we put capital N equal to 8 and n equal to 0 and 1, so this is the basically x of 0. This is nothing but x even of 0. This will be termed as even of 0, as I showed earlier. So x of 4, this is what? X even of 2. Okay, this x even of 2 is nothing but x even of 1. So we created a new sequence called even, and this length is 0 and 1. So this is 2 points. Similarly, x odd of even of odd, even of odd. So basically these are even index, which is nothing but x even of 1, x even of 3, which is basically x of 2, x of 6. Clear? So if we put again this is a similar fashion what we did in the case of n by 2 point DFT. We can same thing can be done for n by 4 point DFT. In equation 5 and 6, if we put the value of k, we'll get those equations. So these are very simple. You please go through all these equations. Just put the value of k, you will get all these equations. Now, okay, so again this odd part will be decimated, as I said. So if we decimate the even part, we can also decimate the odd part, and these two main equations will get from these calculations. Okay, so basically if we decimate these odd parts, as I write down that x even of 1 is equal to x odd of 0, okay, and x of 5 will be odd of 2, and that is nothing but x odd of even and odd even of 0, odd even of 1. Okay, so these are very simple, and again we by same fashion we put the value of k equal to 0 and 1, we will get all these equations. Clear? At the last part, this is just a 2-point DFT. We have to just add and subtract, nothing else. So with the help of this equation, we will just perform we will just create the 8-point DITFFT. So this is animated figure, so please look into this. So see, we write down all these equations like this. At the input, x of 4, x of 2, x of 6, these are in shuffled order, x of 0, then we wrote x of 4, and this shuffling of input is basically backed by those equations we derived. So please go through all these equations in detail, then you have a clear idea why I wrote x of 0 then x of 4. Okay, so in the first stage, the associated total factor is W8 of 0. So we perform x even of 0. X even of 0 is what we can write down. X even of 0 is nothing that x of 0, here I can write down x of 0 plus W4 of 0 multiplied by W8 of 0, this x even of 0. Okay, so similarly we can perform, so these are each 2-point DFT. Okay, these are each 2-point DFT. So at the first stage, this is called the first stage, and we can evaluate x even of 0, x even of 1, x even odd of 0, x even odd of 1, and similarly x odd even of 0, odd even of 1, odd of 0, odd of 1. So this is the first stage. The second stage, the associated total factor is this, and we can perform the basic 2-point butterfly things what we did discuss in the previous slides. So by the same process, we can perform this x even, we can produce x even of 0, x even of 2. Okay, these all are basically backed by those numerical equations what we did in the previous slides. Okay, so this is the second stage formation. Okay, and this is the last stage. If you can remember the equation number what we derived from equation number 1 and 3, so these are those equations. X of 0 is basically x even of 0 plus x odd of 0. The associated total factor in the last stage is W8 of 0. So along with x of 0 we can evaluate x of 4 also. Similarly, along with x of 1 we can calculate x of 5. So x of 5, yes, this is x of 5. Similarly, x of 2, along with x of 2 you can derive x of 6, x of 3, then x of 7. So this is a complete butterfly diagram of a 8-point DITFFT. So in a DIT, certain things you have to understand, that the inputs are in shuffle order. So x of 0, then x of 4, x of 2, x of 6, then x of 1, x of 5, x of 3, x of 7. So this you have to remember, that input should be in shuffled order and the output will be in natural order. So this is the one property of DITFFT algorithm. Okay, and in the next slide we will discuss about computation, how we reduce the computational complexity. So total if I say for each stage, number of stages in case of DIT FFT or any FFT, it is just log n. Okay, so suppose if we have n equal to 8, so the capital M is nothing but 3. Okay, so from the previous diagram we can clearly see that for n equal to 8 we have total 3 stages. So total number of stages is capital M, and each stage the number of complex multiplication will be n by 2. We already discussed this. So total number of complex multiplication is this, and this is the total number of complex addition. This is very simple. Now for n equal to 64 point FFT, the total number of complex multiplication for FFT algorithm is 192, but if we go for direct DFT, then the number of complex multiplication will be n square, will be evaluated by n square, which is 4096. So this is clearly says that FFT reduces the total number of complex multiplication. Okay, and so this is a example that why this is called fast Fourier transform. So fast, how much fast? This is the basic example that for n equal to 64, it reduces the number of complex multiplication in huge manner. So now what is bit reversal? Now bit reversal is nothing. It is if we write down that indexed that x of 0, x of 1, x of 2, x of 3, x of 4 by binary digits. So if I do that, so x of 0 is equal to basically x of 4. So we basically wrote all the outputs and wrote all the inputs, and we wrote all the we replaced this binary value decimal value by its equivalent binary, and this shows that see 001 is nothing but 100 here. 1 will be replaced by 3-bit binary number. 4 is represented by again 3-bit binary number, which is completely reverse. So this phenomena is basically called bit reversal, and this FFT algorithm is also called in-place algorithm. Means it requires less number of memory to implement this. Okay, so this is all about DIT FFT. In the next slide we are going to discuss in the next class that decimation in frequency algorithm. Okay, so this is the all for the today's class. In the next class we will discuss about DIF FFT. Thank you.